What's up, LEGO builders? Welcome back to Coconut Brick Studios for another LEGO Star Wars review. Today's set in question is the LEGO Star Wars Republic Gunship. This is set number 75021. It comes with 1,175 pieces and was released in 2013 for 120 US dollars. This Republic Gunship is an absolute mainstay in the Grand Army of the Republic. You see it a lot in Star Wars Episode 2, Attack the Clones, the Clone Wars animated series, and Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. The reason this thing is seen so much is because it has so many capabilities and responsibilities. It can transport troops down onto the battlefield and then provide air support for those troops on the ground. It provides air support for other ships up in the sky and really just makes an overall awesome battle vehicle. And this LEGO set is a great representation of this craft. There is a lot for you guys to see and dive into as well. The minifigure value is really good for this set. You get 7 amazing minifigures. So let's dive in and see what we can find. The gunship is proportioned very nicely. It's not too big and it's not too small. I don't own any of the other gunships, but I would like to get them at some point and do a size comparison because I feel like this is really the perfect size for a gunship. Maybe a tad smaller. It is a bit bulky and big sometimes, but that's not been too much of a problem for me. Starting at the front of the ship, we have these 2 bubble cockpits, and each one has the same control in there, just this green half sphere. The seating in there is done pretty nicely. Instead of just sticking a seat in there, you actually put some pieces in there to make a nice custom looking seat. The front of the gunship has these 2 ball-mounted turrets, which make for excellent ground support for clearing out an area before landing troops. Over here on the side, we have this little compartment that opens up, and you can retrieve this little missile pod for restocking the missiles up there once you've run out of your flick-fire missiles. You've got the same door on the other side, and then over here you've got a little entry area for the main hangar, and then as well as to get back into here, this little door. Up on the side, you've got the insignia of the Republic Army. Over here, we've got some very small compartments. You can't really fit anything in here other than like small studs, thermal detonators, maybe like a blaster pistol. So they're not very practical, but I do think they look pretty cool. Up here on top of the gunship, we have a carry handle, and I absolutely love this feature. When LEGO started doing the carry handles, I think that was one of the best ideas that they have come up with for their LEGO sets, just because it's so easy to carry now. Like, it's in the perfect place. You don't have to worry about grabbing it underneath, so great addition there. Up on the top, we have twin missile tubes and 2 racks of flick-fire missiles that you can flick off if you so desire. These are on the actual gunship. In the actual gunship, these missiles are fed up from the wing up into the tube. And on either wing, we have 2 half-ball laser turrets. As you can see, underneath is just bricks, but the top part is this little turret. And you've got a sweet little control pad right here with a targeting system on it. My only complaint with these is they use the exact same ball turret as these ones. These ones make sense because the laser fires out of the center of the ball right here, but it just looks kind of ridiculous for me to see it up on the top here because these ones fire right here. Obviously, the clone trooper isn't going to be firing this laser off right here. So I kind of wish they had made this a sticker and either had the option to not put anything right here at all or have a sticker going right here, just because it looks weird to have a laser blaster on the top of the turret. Now here is the main troop area, and this is where most of my problems lie with this particular set. You've got these cool ball joint turrets which swing out like this and open as well, so you can stick a clone trooper right here, and he's got little handles to control his pod and fire the laser. But the thing I don't like is these doors, when closed, only cover half of the hangar. It's meant so that you can have these closed like this, and you can have the door closed and still be able to swing these in and out. But if you have these out in attack position, the door is basically useless because enemies can easily see and fire in there. So I really don't like that function. In fact, I'm actually working right now to modify this gunship so that once the door closes, it swings further and then swings out further that way, so more of the interior is exposed and closed. But I wanted to keep this in the original factory built manner so that way you guys could see how the actual playset functions. On the door we've got these dark gray bars, and these are meant to represent window slats. So in the actual gunship, these would be slats for troops to be able to look and fire out of without actually having to open the doors. On the rear of the gunship, we have this single ball-mounted turret. I really like this feature. It allows for the gunship to fire at craft that are tailing and trying to bring it down from behind. I also like the posability, allows you to style it in different ways and makes it more versatile. On the back, we have two little exhaust vents right here for the engines, and those also open up to reveal a little compartment that you can store guns, ammunitions, boxes, whatever you want. It's actually pretty good sized too, so you can put a lot of stuff in there. The very rear of the gunship opens up to release this small speeder bike. This is a pretty fun function. I haven't really used this speeder yet, however I do really like the design. It's so small and simple, yet has such a cool look with some awesome, very Star Wars looking curves and slants on it. So LEGO did a good job designing this speeder. Like I said earlier, this set comes with a great minifigure selection. You have two super heavy battle droids, a Padme right here, an Obi-Wan Kenobi, a young Anakin Skywalker, a clone captain, I believe, and a clone pilot. The super heavy battle droids are your typical super battle droid. I don't know, nothing special, but it is nice to get two of them to add to my collection. Next we have Padme Amidala with her extremely pink lips, and she's got a fair amount of detailing on the torso. In fact, on the back here you can see she still has the scratches from when she was in the Geonosis arena and that Nexu beast scratched her. So pretty cool looking minifigure, as well as she has a two-sided head, so you've got the focused, determined Padme and the kind of creepily smiling Padme as well. Obi-Wan Kenobi has his now trademark, I guess not trademark, but famously long hair. I really like this minifigure. It's nothing special. In fact, I already have one of these minifigures that came with the Jedi Hyperdrive, but it is nice to get another one. I'm not really a fan of this Anakin Skywalker, mostly because of his head and hair. I really feel like it doesn't represent what Anakin looked like. Obviously, they're Lego figures, but this one just doesn't really look like him. And I feel like his hair almost makes him look kind of like an elf from Lord of the Rings. However, he does have a pretty nicely detailed torso with the little Padawan braid hanging down the side of his right shoulder right there. Next, we have probably my favorite minifigure from this set, the Clone Captain. This is the only set he comes in, so he's exclusive with this set, so kind of hard to get him, so I'm really excited to finally add him to my collection. In fact, after getting him, I have all the original ranked clones, so I'll have to do a video on those guys to show them all and what their rank means. Last but not least, we have a very beautiful looking clone pilot. Nothing too special with him. He's got the angry clone face, the same one the clone captain has. A very detailed helmet, however. He's got the gray strokes along the side here to represent a shadow, I would imagine, with the red Republic insignia on top and the yellow markings on his helmet, as well as he has his breathing apparatus right here, so if he gets blasted out into space or anywhere out of atmosphere, he can still breathe. So that's a cool little detail. I think that's cool that LEGO adds those to their clone troopers. So now that the official review by me is over, I want to give you guys a few of my thoughts on this set. I think this set is really cool. I've been a big fan of it for a while, and so I'm really glad that I finally have one. And the reason I like it so much is because the ship itself is very accurate, and it's very well built, with the exception of the door that I talked about earlier, how it doesn't cover all of the hanger. That can be fixed, as well as you can position the ball turrets in different areas. So it is modifiable in order to make it even more accurate. So I think the ship is phenomenal. Definitely worth trying to find this set, especially because the minifigure selection is very good. With the exception of the 2 super heavy battle droids, all of the minifigures are very nicely detailed and pretty new. And so the battle droids are pretty great. They're just obviously simple. This is one I would definitely recommend. I was lucky enough to find this for retail value on eBay, $120, so I had to snag it. These typically go from $150 to $200 used. I definitely wouldn't pay $200 for this. I don't think it's worth that. However, I do think it is worth $150 to $160. That is definitely a more reasonable price range for me. So that's it for this review, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. It's been a while since I've done a review, so let me know how I did down below in the comments. If there's anything else you would have liked to see. If you liked this video, don't forget to leave me a like. And if you're new to this channel and you want to see more great content, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and tap the bell so you'll be notified of all my future content. But until then, happy building.